Right, well, good afternoon, good people, and I hope everyone's keeping well in this rather insane world. And last week's video, we touched on thrifty thinking and how it's an integral part of trying to become off-grid or trying to sort of move towards self-reliance. So what I thought I'd do this week is make a short video of thrifty thinking in action, and just to show you a few little things that I've bought this week that can really make a difference. And I've spent a couple of quid this week, so come and have a look what I've bought and we'll explain why these things are useful. Right, so I picked these potatoes up here, reduced price from Sainsbury's. I don't usually do my shopping in Sainsbury's, but they're quite good for reduced price stuff. And these are Anya potatoes. They're quite difficult to buy as a seed potato sometimes. So they cost £1.20 for a bag, and I've been growing these for years. So okay, they're not bona fide seed potatoes, they're bought potatoes, but I always get a good crop from them. So I'm going to chip them. I'm going to stick them into these egg trays, and then they're going to go on the windowsill. And the odd times when I have seen these for sale as a seed potato, it's cost about 10 quid for a kilo bag. And as I said, I always get a good crop off them. So last year off each plant I got enough for about 4 or 5 meals, and they're a lovely potato, always worth growing. And they seem to do really well I grow them in large pots. They've always done all right for me. So this is a good way of creating resilience out of a reduced price resource that the supermarkets have decided that they don't want on the shelves anymore. So I'm probably going to end up getting around 20-30 quid's worth of potatoes from these. So they're now going to go in the windowsill inside the house, and we'll just let them chip, and then we'll plant them in about 7 or 8 weeks. Right, and here's 2 pots of chives, and originally these were reduced price from a supermarket. The supermarket wasn't able to sell them, and they ended up passing the chives on to a community centre where I sometimes go for free food and cheap clothing. And one of the things that really gets me about this is you can quite understand a supermarket selling a bottle of milk that's out of date because it goes off. These are perennial plants, they don't go off. These will carry on growing for years and years and years. So what we're going to do, we'll throw these, we'll put these in the recycler in a bit, in plastic, and then we're going to repot them on. So what we're going to do for now, we're just going to literally empty the 2 pots and bury them in this bigger pot, and as they get bigger later in the spring, we're going to divide them up and cut them. So pretty straightforward really. We're going to make a hole there on one side, flip the chives out, in they go, surround them with a bit of compost. And then the same with the other. So we're going to leave them to stay there, like I say, until the middle or the end of summer, and then we're going to separate them. And ironically, supermarkets are very wasteful places, but this is one of the ways how being thrifty and buying reduced price stuff, I can actually get some sort of resilience out of a supermarket. It's always worth checking out the reduced stuff, particularly stuff like potted herbs, because they can be saved and you can continue growing them. Right, so I mentioned in my last video about thrifty thinking, about buying stuff from car boots. So these 2 axes, they cost £1 each, and I'm going to reshaft them. I mean, both the shafts are alright, they just need a little bit sawing off. Now, they've both got the maker's mark stamps on. If I wanted to, I could clean these up and probably get £20 each for them on eBay. But axes are very important tools if you're looking at trying to create sort of self-reliance or go off-grid. They're a must-have tool. They're very, very handy for chopping wood and stuff, and for making things with. So like I say, if you can get yourself to car boots, these were literally £1 each. So I'm going to clean them up, sort the shafts out, and then we've got 2 perfectly good axes that will probably outlive me.